You are now tuned in to the hottest podcast in the world with your host, Lamar ChampMaker Wright. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome back to Everyday Talk. I am your host, Lamar ChampMaker Wright. I appreciate all you guys tuning in and listening in, coming back and showing your boys some support with this Everyday Talk podcast. We are about to make a pivot in Everyday Talk podcast. I believe that I have to get back to my roots, to the things that I know, to the things that people know me for, and that is boxing. So today, I'm going to bless you with nothing but boxing because I miss boxing, man. I miss boxing. I miss being in that gym. I miss the people who are in the gym. I miss everything about it, man. I miss the noises that come with the gym, the chains rattling when you walk in there, and the music playing, the bell ringing. You can hear jump ropes going. I miss the environment of the gym. I just miss everything about it. And I miss the smell of the gym. That sounds weird. But if you have ever boxed or if you ever been in a boxing gym, you understand what I'm talking about when I say I miss the smell of the gym. I miss the smell of the gym. Now, to people who it's foreign to, you walk in that gym and you like, oh, it stinks in here. It smells awful. But to boxers and coaches or people who grew up in that gym their whole lives, they know what I'm talking about when I say I miss the smell of the gym. I just miss it, man. This coronavirus has shut down everything. It shut down our gym early. And even when we shut down the gym, I said to myself, well, it's going to be times where someone wants to go to the gym and we're going to be sneaking in and out of here, really doing like personal sessions with other boxers. But the city was not playing. The city shut down, or actually came to the gym and put a big ass lock on the gym. Shut everybody out of there. So no one can train right now. Boxer promoters and managers and matchmakers are telling fighters to stay ready. I don't know how you stay ready when we can't go into a gym. So the state of boxing to me is like, yo, I don't see any fights happening until maybe August, September. And that's being conservative, because they got fights set for July or June. But a fight can't happen in June if you can't train in April. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to get in shape and get ready for a fight. A fight can't happen if you can't go out and get sparring partners to your facility. So any fights happening in June, I just don't see. If they want fights in July, we have to be opened up by May to get 6 to 8 weeks in. And a lot of us are feeling this pinch, man. I just miss the gym so damn much. And then when you're in that gym so much, like the way boxers and trainers are, man, that's your family. That's your second family, and you really see those people more than you really do your own family, and you spend a lot of time with them. So yeah, man, you miss a lot when you're not in that gym. And then I know a lot of people gotta be going through like withdrawals or some stage of depression by now. I am. When I think about it, I am. Wow, you got so many different type of personalities around the gym. It's like a barbershop. If you ever been to a barbershop where it's 50 different conversations going and you try to be a part of all of it, and you can be a part of a lot of it because everyone's probably talking about boxing. But yeah, I miss boxing, man. So if you're my boxing family, I want to tell y'all I miss y'all, and we're going to get right back to it as soon as they allow us to get to it, as soon as we're allowed to open up that gym. I know we're going to bang those bags. I know a lot of you can't wait to get back to running, doing the sprints, doing the physical training, and just being in the gym, man. And for a lot of people, man, it's a sanctuary for a lot of the coaches. The gym is my sanctuary. That's where I go to forget everything. I go there. I forget about everything that's going on in my life. I just forget about it the whole time that I'm in the gym. And then for a lot of kids, that gym is a safe haven. For a lot of kids, it's definitely a safe haven, even if they don't go there to really try to participate, but they need to be there so they can be safe. And it plays a major role inside of those communities that's at risk. Corona, just leave. Just go and get out the way so we can get back to what we do. You're messing everything up. Just leave. But yeah, that's what today's going to be about, man. It's an all boxing podcast. I'm giving back to my boxing people. I'm giving back to the people who follow me through boxing. Someone told me that this is probably my niche, the boxing. You know, I try to do and touch on every topic about life because I feel like I can give a lot of information to people. I feel, that's what I do. A boxing trainer is not only a boxing trainer, man. He's a friend, a father, a brother, a psychiatrist, a social worker. A boxing trainer wears all different type of hats. So we're going to take this break, man. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some news that's been happening or going around in boxing. Just because it's not happening doesn't mean there's no news. You guys would be kind of shocked. Keep it locked in here. We'll be right back. I would like to thank you guys for your loyal listenership. You know your boy ChampMaker is always looking for sponsors. If you would like to become a sponsor of Everyday Talk Podcast, you could do that by going to anchor.fm, hit my podcast, hit the support button, and become a sponsor today. If you would like to just donate to Everyday Talk Podcast, you could do that via Cash App at $ChampMaker. And again, all the money that we raise through sponsorships or donations goes directly back into the podcast to upgrade equipment to give you guys a better sound. Welcome back to Everyday Talk. Once again, I'm your host, Lamar ChampMaker Wright. Let's move into the boxing news. Who has been in the news? Who's been in the media recently that's involved with boxing? Wait a minute. No other than TBE, the best ever, the money team, the money man himself, Floyd Money Mayweather, has been in and out of the media, man, for maybe the last month and a half, last month or so. It's not been good. He's been hit with some hard times. He's been hit with some life lessons. He's just been stricken with some things that we all have to deal with in life. No matter the amount of money that we have to deal with all these life issues. And I think Floyd is finally figuring out that you're not that much different than us, Floyd. You may have the money, but you still got to deal with the issues that we deal with. And if you're not prepared to deal with those issues, then it's gonna be a tough time for you, man. I just want to give you and I want to give the Mayweather family my condolences. If you guys haven't known or didn't know, Floyd about a month ago was given the news while he was in a different country. He was given the news that his ex-wife, the mother of his children, was found dead in her driveway in the car. I don't know if it was any foul play. I don't know if it was suicide. I should probably check that up to see what it was, but she was found dead in the driveway in her car. So he had to deal with that. And then, you can go to his Instagram. You can see that he was really, showing her love, probably regretting some things that went on or went down. Yeah. He's been hit hard. Then maybe about a week or so after that, his uncle died, his longtime trainer. So that had to do something to his mental, and it's just sad. You don't want to see people in them states, man. You don't want to see people having to keep dealing with deaths back to back. His uncle's funeral was actually done over Facebook Live because of the situation that we're dealing with the coronavirus. So yeah, man, Floyd, I just want to know, I just want to tell you, we send our condolences and hope that you got better days coming, man, and that you don't have to deal with no more misfortunes in your family, and that you guys can get back on to your daily lives. Floyd right now is like in a stage of coping with these deaths, but he still can't get away with it because now his daughter is in the headlines for actually stabbing NBA YoungBoy's ex-girl, his baby mama, supposedly, in Harris County, Texas. I believe that's Houston, Texas, or whatever. It might be Dallas, Texas. But he can't grieve. He can't grieve right now. He's got all these other issues that's going on around him. Like, man, that's got to be hard to be on his status and then having to get a wake-up call saying, look, your daughter's in jail because she just stabbed NBA YoungBoy's baby mama twice in each arm or something like that. So, he had to post her bail. But I just want to know, man, why ain't your kids knowing how to fight? Why don't they know how to fight? Why don't they know how to throw them dukes? Why don't they know how to do all this? I'm a boxing trainer. I got 6 kids, 5 daughters, 1 boy. And all my kids know how to box. All my kids know their basics. All my kids know how to jab. All my kids know how to throw a right hand, a left hook. They know all this. I made sure my kids knew how to protect themselves. I made sure my kids knew to take care of business if a fight ever presented itself to them. And, they don't have to pick up weapons unless it gets real dangerous. Then they got to use their natural surroundings. That's what I tell my kids. If you're ever in a fight, there's no way out of it, and there's multiple people, you got to use your natural surroundings. What is a natural surroundings, you might say? Well, if I'm fighting, boom, 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 and I look around and it's getting too deep for me and there's 4 or 5 people jumping on me, and I look around and I see a bottle on the curb, that's my natural surroundings. I'm picking it up and I'm going to bust your head. But yeah, Floyd, why is your daughter stabbing people, man? Why doesn't she know how to stick and move and use the Floyd Mayweather shell? That's what I want to know. You gotta tell me, Floyd. Why? And then I see an Instagram video of you training your son. Your son looks like he's about to be grown. Looks like he's just now starting to learn the art of boxing. What is it, man? I understand that, okay, look, I made a way for my family. I made a way for my kids. They don't have to endure the same things that I endured. But man, this is an art. This is an art. This is something that you can give them that money can't give them. You can give them a tool. You could teach them how to protect themselves, how to defend themselves, give them the confidence to know that if a situation comes their way, they know how to protect themselves. And this is something that you can show them, that they can show their kids, and their kids can pass on. This is generational. There's no way that you should be growing up in a boxing family and don't know how to box and don't know how to handle yourself. No way. And it's unexcusable to me that you would just now start teaching this dude that looks like he's about to be grown. Learning how to box now. That's unexcusable to me, man. No matter how much money you got. No matter if you never wanted him to box. But he should have known. He should be at least looking like his skill level, like he's competed already. All my kids look like they competed and only one of them competes. Because I got 5 girls. I don't want them competing. But I work with them enough that they look like they compete. Floyd. Then you're into social media. Yeah, then you're on social media with Antonio Brown talking about this coronavirus thing, and it's just not going good for you because you're searching for words that you should be hearing at least 100 times a day now because of what we're going through with this coronavirus. You said that you're not struggling in this time because you make smart business decisions, and that this you meant to say epidemic, but you said academic, whatever you said. Let me play the video, man, so you guys can hear this.
I made smart investments. That's why right now, with this huge with this huge shit that's going on.
Floyd, he pivoted. He turned that shit like with this huge shit going on. It's like, man, you can't catch a break, Floyd. What is going on? You got 50 Cent clowning you now. He's on Instagram clowning you, YouTube clowning you. Talk about you make smart business decision, but you can't say epidemic. You should have just said pandemic. Maybe it would have been an easier word for you. But you kind of sounded like the dude off the video that's floating around Facebook. The little dude that stutters, that's like Have you ever had a dream? Have you ever had a dream? This cracks me up, man. What do you guys think about this? It cracks me up. How do you guys feel about it? Should we leave Floyd alone because he's dealing with a lot? He's dealing with his daughter stabbing somebody. He's dealing with 2 deaths in a family. Should we leave him? I think we should give Floyd a pass. Floyd deserves a pass. I don't think we should be picking on him just because of what he's enduring right now. He's grieving. So we should leave him alone. Floyd gets a pass. What do you guys think? Should he get a pass? I'm going to give Floyd a pass. Are you guys going to give him a pass? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you guys are going to give Floyd a pass. A lot of people say Floyd might not deserve a pass because of the way he acts towards other people. I don't know. I'm going to give him a pass, though, because of what he's dealing with. Then they're releasing a video. He was doing like a show, like a interview, radio show. And then he was like, I'm the best. I'm the best. You know, I'm the best. So I'm the capital G. I'm the capital A. I'm the capital O. I'm the capital T. The host was like, I didn't see that coming. You didn't spell GOAT, Floyd. You didn't spell GOAT. You didn't spell it, Floyd. I'm going to give Floyd a pass, though. You guys let me know if you guys are going to give him a pass. And then keep it locked in here, man. We'll be right back. Go pay some more bills and come back and talk some boxing news. You know Shannon Briggs has signed a contract for the bare knuckle fights. What is that about? Stay tuned. Listen, I really don't know how Shannon Briggs is able to keep himself. How is he able to keep himself relevant in the boxing world? I really don't get it. Like, my man is able to just keep himself so relevant in boxing. And it's like, why? How? Who has Shannon Briggs beat? What has he really done as a heavyweight? Will Shannon Briggs go down as one of the best heavyweights to ever box? Absolutely not. Not even close. In 20 years from now, no one will even know who Shannon Briggs was unless they somehow stumbled upon him looking someone else up. Shannon Briggs will not be a Hall of Fame boxer. How does he keep himself relevant? I don't know. I mean, it's good promotion. He's got good marketing. Who's ever dealing with his promotion and marketing, I need to deal with them for this podcast. I promise you. Because he's somehow, some way is able to keep himself relevant. He just signed a deal with bare knuckle boxing. If you guys haven't checked it out, bare knuckle, that's exactly what it is, bare knuckle boxing. So who is he going to fight? Who is he going to fight in bare knuckle boxing? Who wants to see Shannon Briggs fight? And why would bare knuckle boxing come out of nowhere and say, look, we think that Shannon Briggs can do something for our part of the sport? Is that the biggest name you could have went and got? I mean, Butterbean has a bigger name than Shannon Briggs. Come on, champ. Come on, champ. Shannon Briggs is 48 years old. What is he going to do? What cab driver are you going to find Shannon Briggs? I want to see him fight some competition. I want somebody to go ahead and just whoop Shannon Briggs' ass so he can just go ahead and step aside. You're 48 years old, man. That's why you can't get a boxing fight, because it's a liability. You're too old. You get hurt. You're not, while I'm talking about age, that was your biggest win in your career, was an aging George Foreman. George Foreman was probably 47, 48 years old. He was your age when you beat him. You didn't do nothing with no one else. Oh, you beat an aging Ray Mercer. Man, it is what it is, man. The man keeps himself relevant somehow, some way. And if you work with Shannon Briggs, come over here and work with me on this podcast, because if you could do that for Shannon Briggs, who's 48 years old and that's not relevant in boxing, man, you could definitely help me out. I just don't get it, man. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick to try to draw people to watch this bare knuckle boxing. But like I said, you would have, if it's, it's a pure gimmick, you would have got more people watching bare knuckle boxing if you would have went and got Butterbean. Butterbean has a bigger name in boxing than Shannon Briggs. A lot of people don't even remember Shannon Briggs fighting. A lot of people only remember Shannon Briggs for following Klitschko around and come on, champ, and calling him out to a fight. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Bare knuckle boxing, I think you did a bad move by signing Shannon Briggs, unless you're going to find him a cab driver or someone at the bar to fight, because anyone else is going to beat him. And if he does get beat, I hope you didn't put too much into him to where it's going to be a financial strain on you. So yeah, they're ready to fight. They said as soon as the coast is clear, Shannon Briggs says, as soon as the coast is clear, we're fighting in bare knuckle boxing. Well, hopefully the coast doesn't clear for a while, so you could just rethink that. Because I hate to see someone get hurt. 48 years old, I just hate to see someone get hurt, man. But everything, the best to you, Shannon Briggs. The best to you. I can't knock you for trying to make a living and staying relevant. I can't knock you for that. Moving on, man. In the sport of boxing, you look at the stuff, right? You look at the build-up. You look at the hype of these fights. Who are in your opinion, I already got my opinion, who are the biggest two jackasses of the sport? The two biggest jackasses of the sport. They will never make the amount of money that they should have made. They will never come close to it again, because at the peak of their career, they could have cleaned boxing out. They could have went straight to the bank on this. They could have retired. They could have been living life great. The two biggest boxing jackasses in the sport of boxing. Listen to me. In the sport of boxing, there's no other than Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. The two biggest jackasses in the sport. These two could have made a killing together. And now it's over with. It's over with because Joshua's been exposed. Joshua's been exposed when he got beat by a late replacement and Ruiz. And Ruiz is not a bad fighter. He's a small heavyweight, but he's not a bad fighter. He's actually very skilled, but he's too small for the heavyweight division. And when that fight got made, I wasn't shocked when Andy knocked him out. I was not shocked when Andy knocked Joshua out. I actually told people that was going to happen because I've seen Andy in the amateurs. I've seen the skill level. He has a high skill level for a heavyweight, a very high skill level for a heavyweight. And Anthony Joshua just does not have that skill level. He just doesn't have the experience Andy had. Same with Deontay, man. You blew a payday. You blew a 3-fight deal, man, worth hundreds of millions of dollars that you will not even see fighting Fury again. You will not see it again. And that's the smartest heavyweight boxer right now. It's Tyson Fury. Man, did that man come back from the dead and do his thing? You cannot hate on that man. He came back from the dead. He was counted out. He was a drug addict. He was doing this. He wasn't going to do that. He was 340 pounds. And, man, he came back and shocked the boxing world, man. He's making his money. He's the money man now. Fury is the cash cow now. And Fury understands time. He said, at the 2 fights, I'm retiring. I'm done. Because he knows he can make enough money in them 2 fights to go about his business and do what he needs to do. But Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, man, they are the biggest jackasses in the sport. They left so much money on the table. When they go back and look at this, they're going to both kick themselves in the asses because they left so much money on the table. See, they would have just fought each other. The money was there. The money was never an issue in that fight. The money was there. If they would have just fought each other at the end of the day, I don't think either one of them would have exposed each other. I think Deontay Wilder would have knocked Joshua out twice. He would have knocked him out twice because I think Deontay Wilder is he's a little bit better technically than Joshua. But I can't even say that, man, because he got so exposed by Fury. It's crazy. I think he's overall a little better. He's more athletic. Put it that way. He's more athletic than Anthony Joshua, and he's got that lean power. So I think he's hitting a lot harder than Anthony Joshua. I don't think we know Anthony Joshua does not have a chin, but you can't say that about Wilder. Wilder, he showed a good chin with Tyson Fury and the punches that he was taking. And you go through the amateurs and you can see Joshua was always getting knocked down in headgear, and that's a bad sign. If you get knocked out and knocked down constantly in the amateurs with headgear on, more than likely you don't have a chin. But them two could have at least had 2 fights together where they could have made a lot of money together. They could have made a lot of money together, and they wouldn't have exposed each other. I don't think. I think the bout would have been real competitive to where someone would have been like, you know what? Anthony Joshua exposed Deontay Wilder, or Deontay Wilder exposed Anthony Joshua, there would have been a lot more money, because they're both big punchers and people want to see that. People want to see people get knocked out. People want to see that. This is what people don't understand. When people look at boxers and they see the talent in a boxer, and they see, everything that he has, and just a pure boxer, the only people that like that are people like me, or people who are in the game of boxing. They can appreciate the art of boxing. But fans and people coming to pay their money, they want to see knockouts. That's it. They want to see somebody get their ass whooped. They want to see somebody get punished, and they want to see someone go to sleep. They want to see someone go to bed. So them two, they would have done that for each other. They would have done that. Them two could have made each other so much money, it's ridiculous. And for Deontay Wilder, I don't know why he would turn down the type of money. I think it was like $150 million. $150 million for 3 fights, and he could have picked his first fight. Who tells you to turn down that type of money? Who told him to turn down that type of money? I don't get it. But they could have made each other a hell of a lot of money. And the winner of those fights, and say if a third fight would have happened, say if they would have split the fights, they would have made each other a lot more money. And then the winner of that could have fought Fury for a hell of a lot more money. So they messed up right there, man. They missed their calling. They missed what you get in this sport for after you become a world champion. So whatever I tell my guys, if you didn't turn professional to become a world champion, then you don't need to be boxing. If you didn't get into the sport to become the best, to become a world champion, you don't need to be boxing. If we're going to be worried about money in these littler stages, then we're not here for the right reasons. You should be turning pro to become a world champion. After you become a world champion, now the business starts. Now you have the power, the bargaining chip to dictate what you want to do. So someone misguided them in their business. And it wasn't really Anthony Joshua, but you messed it up when you lost to Ruiz, a late replacement. You got exposed. Now everybody that was scared of you are willing to fight you now, and you're going to have a tough time with anybody who comes in there with any experience. You're probably going to have a tough time with this Russian dude that you need to fight from top rank, that the fight just got postponed and it will get rescheduled. That's why they want to hurry up and make you and Tyson, because you're just a liability. They want to make you and Tyson Fury as quick as they can because you're a liability. You're suspect. And if you get knocked out, more money's lost. So if the promoters are smart, they will make sure Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight next, because that's where the money is. You can't put no trust into Anthony Joshua because he's suspect, and that's my brother, man. That's my Muslim brother, man. I hate to talk, but I gotta be real, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything for you guys. We gotta be real when we look at this. We gotta be real. It's a business at this point. You're a liability for the business, Anthony Joshua. You are a liability. Keep it locked in here. We'll be right back with some more boxing. Okay, since we've been dealing with this coronavirus issue, since we've been quarantined, all the boxing has been canceled. We don't know when it's going to come back on. So right now, people are saying July. It looks like maybe June or July. But like I said previously, I believe it's going to be a lot longer. So now we got to look at these promotions. We got to look at these deals like DAZN. DAZN has put out so much money. It's ridiculous. And they're an app based on sports. How does it affect them? And what will this do to boxing? Will all these promoters survive the pandemic of what's going on? Will they be financially stable? Not only that, we can't worry about the promoters right now. We got to worry about if the networks that they are on will survive this. How does DAZN survive this when all of its content is exclusively sports and there is no sports anywhere in the world right now? How do they recover from this? Because all their subscribers, all their members to DAZN, if you're paying a monthly fee to DAZN, has canceled DAZN. I've canceled DAZN. If you haven't canceled DAZN, you better cancel DAZN now because you're going to need that $20. So does DAZN have to start all back over again when boxing comes back Do they offer it for a month for free again? Do they make it $10 again to get all their subscribers back up? What do they do? I mean, can they even handle that? Can they handle making it free for a month again? It's like all the promotion that they had, all the trials that they did with the app itself and promoting it and getting it out there, giving away the monthly trials, for $10 and then raising it for $20. It's like it never happened. Now they have to restart all over again. Are they going to be able to handle this? That's what worries me when I look at the field of boxing. I'm like, man, the Zone's taking a hit. PBC is taking a hit. They have these network deals. The only one that won't take a hit as far as a platform and the network deal is ESPN, because ESPN can still do their thing. They're switching over. They got like gamers on ESPN, but they're still getting their money. They're still getting their revenue. They're taking a hit, but they're not taking a hit like the Zone. The Zone's money has stopped. Their subscriptions have stopped. PBC money has stopped. So where do we go from here? I mean, I don't know how many of you actually looked at it this way, but I'm definitely looking at it this way. I got one of my guys who are signed with Top Rank, so we feel a little bit secure there. I had two of my guys, Sonny Fredrickson and Tyler McQuarrie, were supposed to fight April 25th on ESPN, and two big fights. Really, basically, without them saying it, would have been like title eliminator bouts. And so we missed those fights, but I'm not worried because I know ESPN can handle what's going on right now because they're still able to. It's ESPN. It's the biggest platform, biggest sports TV there is. So they're able to keep running and generating money. But the Zone isn't. How is this going to affect the Zone? I mean, they've lost. I can only imagine. I wish I can get into their books to see how much money they have lost in these last 2 months with no sports being there. How are they going to keep shelling out this money to all these different other type of promoters and these big fights that they sign with these other fighters? How do they shell that money out when they've already lost? I think they already lost a pretty penny in the game. They came in knowing that they're going to lose some money, but they never came in saying, we spent all this to build it up and it just got kicked down that quick and they're going to have to start all over again. I don't even know if they can handle that. But if they don't handle it, what does the sport look like then? Where does Golden Boy go? Where does Eddie Hearn go? Where does all these other promoters that's affiliated with the Zone go? Like, that's something to scratch your head about. Showtime is already took a huge hit, Showtime Boxing. Now, I don't even know if that network is still generating money because, I canceled my subscription to Showtime as well. My $10 a month for the cable TV. I no longer have that because what am I paying it for? I don't watch movies. I watch Netflix and Hulu. If I want to watch some movies, I'm not going to Showtime to watch movies. Now the cable companies are even giving it away for free. So where does PBC go? Where does Showtime go? It looks like the only secured promoter would be Top Rank with the exclusive deal with ESPN. It's like they can, they don't have to do all the marketing back over again. They can just, when it's over with, they just put a date out there and, you got fights on ESPN. Everybody's taking a hit, man. So I want to know, and I wonder what the playing field is going to look like. Where are all these promoters going to go? Because I don't know. I'm going to have to find someone to talk to about this. If the Zone can really recover from going through what they're going through now, from losing all that money from promoting it to get it to where it needed to be, and it still wasn't there and they still had to put money into it, but now it just all stops and they lose all their subscriptions. Man, it's sad. So give me your guys' thoughts about that. What does the playing field look like to you guys? Will Eddie Hearn and Golden Boy have to go work out in a deal with Top Rank? If they do, man, just know there's going to be a lot of great fights happening if them two have to work out a deal with them, if the Zone cannot handle the position that it's in now. PBC, I think PBC will be all right. They're with the Fox Network, NBC Network, and Showtime. They'll bounce back, but the budget's going to get smaller. Fighters are going to be getting paid less. I can see that happening right now. Fighters are going to be getting paid less. I wonder, and I'll be the first to let you guys know if we do get paid less, because these fights aren't canceled, they're only postponed. So if they come back with a different type of contract, then we'll know. that the industry took a hit. We know the industry took a hit, but will now the fighters take a hit while the industry is trying to recoup and recover some of the money that they lost? Let me know your guys' comments, because that's an interesting topic in itself, and I'm going to come back to that topic. I'm going to get somebody on here to talk to me about that, to see if they think that DAZN will be able to continue going, or if it's going to be over for them. And if it's over for them, what does the field look like? Where does Eddie Hearns go in America with all his fighters? And where does Golden Boy go with Canelo? I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening. I hope that this was very informative for you. You know, I've been trying to stay away from boxing, but hey, it's in me. This is my life. No boxing, no life. Keep it locked in, man. We're going to be doing this a lot more, talking about the sport that I love, talking about the sport that I'm passionate in, and just, you know, keep trying to make content that you guys would love and like. Make sure you guys share the podcast. Make sure whatever platform that you're listening to, please subscribe to that. Like it. Whatever you got to do, let your friends know that ChampMaker is on Everyday Talk, talking about boxing and what I could do and what I can give you, the unique position that I'm in. I can bring you boxing from a coach's eye. I can give you boxing from personal experience. I'm not a fan talking about boxing. I'm in the business, deep in the business. So that's what I can offer you. You're getting an expert opinion about boxing. Appreciate you guys for listening. Until next time. Thanks for listening to this episode of Everyday Talk Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so that way you will be alerted when there is a new episode. Want to follow Lamar? Follow him at ChampMaker419 on Instagram and Twitter, or Everyday Talk Podcast on Facebook.